Monkey Man is out now in theaters. It has a story credit for Dev Patel. It is also produced, directed, co-written, and starring Dev Patel. Man does everything. He's a massive, massive talent. Kid, an anonymous young man who ekes out a meager living in an underground fight club where, night after night, wearing a gorilla mask, he is beaten bloody by more popular fighters for cash. After years of suppressed rage, Kid discovers a way to infiltrate the enclave of the city's sinister elites. As his childhood trauma boils over, his mysteriously scarred hands unleash an explosive campaign of retribution to settle the score with the men who took everything. Dev Patel definitely has a lot of talent, and he shows it off in this movie. Monkey Man is drenched in blood, sweat, and violence. In a way, you could label this as John Wick in Mumbai. There's a lot of over-the-top violence, there's some over-the-top action sequences, but I wouldn't go necessarily as far as to say it's a John Wick clone or a John Wick ripoff, where John Wick succeeds in building out its world with this comic booky world full of assassins with different rules and things you can and can't do. I think Monkey Man takes a more realistic approach. It has a lot to say about culture, socio-political commentary is weaved in there as well. There's a lot going on in this movie. It's not your typical run-of-the-mill action film. There's a lot of ambition here. And even if some of it doesn't pay off, I have to really admire the film and Dev Patel's skill as a director for trying to incorporate all of that into the movie and not feeling like your stereotypical action movie. It doesn't feel like the run-of-the-mill action movie that you will get. There's many periods throughout this movie where there's no action happening. It's really focusing on his mindset, the culture behind everything, this election happening in the city. For some, that might bring the pace down a little bit. This movie did take me a little bit to get into. It wasn't any of that stuff, but I think the setup for the movie just felt a little messy, and it made the pacing feel off to me. It felt like the movie was really dragging out its runtime and wanted to be longer than it actually was. It's got a lot more layers and a lot more depth to it than a typical action movie, and I have to commend that a lot. When the action happens, though, like I said, it's drenched in blood, sweat, and violence. The action is hard-hitting. It is really good. I've seen complaints about shaky cam with this movie, and I don't necessarily really agree. Sometimes, yeah, there's shaky cam, you can't really see what's happening, but for the most part, it's all in frame, and I think it's meant to be like that. It's meant to explore Kid's psychosis and his thought process as he's enacting all these actions and trying to get to the very top, to get to those people that killed his mother. I understand that. It's not like something where people are like, oh, well, in Quantum of Solace, Bond's psychosis is the main thing of the movie, so that's why the shaky kid. No. That's bullshit. Apply that logic and put it here, because that's how I feel. Action's really fun. It's really fun to see the different ways he starts killing people, and some of it's over the top. It's not as over the top as you want it to be. It's not the John Wick thing, but it does have a lot of great action set pieces in it. So though some of them feel the same, it feels like some of them take place in the same places and all that, but they're still really fun. Charlton Copley is also in this movie. Charlton Copley just makes everything he's in instantly better. I mean, the guy's a legend. I mean, he's come so far from District 9, and now was it just District 9. I feel like whenever I say District 9, I'm talking about the Hunger Games. He's really made it for himself, man. And when he pops up in the movie, I'm like, oh yeah, Charlton Copley. I forgot you were in the trailer in this. You're awesome, man. You're great in everything you're in. But there are periods where I forgot he was in the movie, and I think that's, aside from some pacing issues, I think that's my biggest issue with Monkey Man, is that I like this movie. I really do. I think it's a really, really fun action movie, and it's better than most action movies out there. It's just one of those movies that's instantly forgettable. I didn't review this last night because I was thinking to myself, maybe if I sleep on it, I'll come up with some other thoughts, and then I totally forgot about the movie the moment I woke up. Luckily, Letterboxd, I wrote a review, so I'm kind of going based off that for this review. It's one of those instantly forgettable things. You won't see it because I'll edit them out, but there are many instances while I was filming this review where I was just deep in thought, like, okay, what happened again? It's one of those movies, I can't tell you a lick of what happens. with the plot in this movie 5 minutes after it ends. Like as I'm talking about it, yeah, it all comes back to me. But if like I'm not prompted to talk about a movie like this, it's got the for your eyes only effect for me where I enjoy watching it. I think it's actually really good. Moment it ends, instantly forgettable. I also have one more thing to say. Thank God foreign countries and exotic locations in this movie were not full of that stupid yellow orange color filter that a lot of movies put on for exotic locations like this. Thank God. Okay, because I could not see through that smog. It was like Superman 64 bad. That really, like, thank God. But Monkey Man was still a blast, even if it has that forgettable edge to it. I enjoyed Monkey Man with a full bucket of popcorn. So if you guys have seen Monkey Man, what did you think of it? Dev Patel's directorial debut, who I think is a great talent in the industry. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of Monkey Man. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.